Good morning. The story that I have to read today is called The New Bear at School. El oso nuevo a la escuela. There's the big bear, the oso, and all his other animal friends. They look a lot smaller than he is. Más pequeño. The new bear at school. And there's the bear. His name is Boris. See, this looks like the teacher, La Maestra. The day that Miss Cluck said there was going to be a new animal in the class, everyone was very excited. When Miss Cluck said that the new animal was a bear, the other animals squealed with delight. Sounds like they're very happy that they're going to have a new friend. Letitia the rabbit wondered if it might be a fluffy pink bear, like the one on her lunchbox. Maxwell the mole wanted a floppy brown bear with velvet paws. The mice hoped for a bear in Wellingtons and a blue coat. Fergus the fox cub thought any teddy bear would be just fine. They want to have a bear like this one in the book. So when the classroom door opened and Miss Cluck introduced Boris, everyone screamed, "Ah!" For Boris wasn't a teddy bear. He was an enormous, hairy, scary grizzly bear. Oh my goodness, look how big he is. Es muy grande. Miss Cluck told Boris she'd give him his uniform tomorrow and found him a seat next to Maxwell. But as he sat down, there was a loud crack. What happened? His chair broke. He must be too big for that chair. It made Maxwell hide his face in his paws. "Oh, Boris," said Miss Cluck, "why don't you sit on the floor instead?" Miss Cluck gave Boris a new book and a pencil. He was very proud indeed. With a big friendly grin, Boris turned to show the mice. But Boris forgot how fierce his teeth were, and he forgot how big his paws were, and he forgot how sharp his claws were. Look at those big scary claws. Somehow the mice got scattered across the classroom. Somehow the pages of his new book got ripped. Somehow there was a panic everywhere. Those words are a little bit different. They're on paper. Kind of interesting. "Boris is too big," cried one little mouse. "Es más grande." "Boris is too hairy," yelled another. "Boris is too scary," they all squeaked together. "Oh, Boris," said Miss Cluck, "please try to be more careful." Boris is scaring all his new friends. At lunchtime, everyone sat together. There was not enough room on the bench for Boris, but nobody moved over. Nobody will make any room for him on the chair. I wonder how that makes him feel. He doesn't look very happy. So he sat all by himself and dipped his big paw into the large jar of honey his mommy had packed for him. When lunchtime was over, Miss Cluck said everyone could go off and play. I wonder what they'll play. Looks like they're playing outside right now. The mice began a game of hide and seek. It looks like they're counting. Uno, dos, tres. Everyone ran to find a place to hide, but Boris was too big. Look, he's trying to hide behind the tree, but the tree is too small. They can still see him. So Boris shut his eyes and counted instead. Uno, dos, tres. "Coming to get you," Boris boomed. Look, the mice are going, "Eek, eek. Stop, stop. No, no." Looks like they're scared. And look, Boris, he's kind of confused. I don't think he's trying to scare his friends. He just got a really big voice. Maxwell ran crying to Miss Cluck. Oh no, he's crying. Must be kind of scared. "Let's go inside and play some quiet games," said Miss Cluck. "And Boris, please try to be less scary, dear." I wonder what Boris will do to be less scary. I don't think he's going to be able to change his big voice or his big claws. The animals sat together in a circle. There was no space for Boris. Boris had nobody to play with and nobody to talk to. Tears filled his big brown eyes, rolled down his long nose, and splashed to the floor. He's crying. He's feeling so sad. It's triste. I'm a scary bear, he sniffed. I'm a hairy bear, he snobbed. I'm just a big grizzly bear. It seemed like a very long afternoon. It's so sad that Boris is not getting along with his new friends. At last it was time to go home. Miss Cluck stood and waved as the animals set off through the woods. Letitia hopped along the bank. Maxwell scampered through the leaves. And Fergus chased the little mice around a tree. Boris plodded along far behind. There's Boris, the bear. Hello, so he's way behind. Suddenly, from a hollow tree leapt the rat pack. See, 3 rats. 1, 2, 3. Well, if it isn't the crybabies, said the meanest rat. Letitia, Maxwell, Fergus, and the mice trembled while the rat pack circled around them. He's poking them with a stick. That's not a very nice thing. And the mice are saying, help, help, ayuda. The rats didn't see Boris plodding along the path. All Boris could see was lots of excitement ahead. He wanted to join the fun. I think Boris thinks they're playing a game. He wants to have fun with them. Boris stood up tall to greet the new friends with his biggest, widest bear grin. Look at his big smile. I wonder what's going to happen. All the other animals were scared of Boris's big teeth. I wonder if the rats will be scared too. Ooh, yikes! It's a hairy bear. Help! It's a scary bear. Quick, run! It's a hairy, scary grizzly bear. Oh, they were scared of them, just like the other animals. The rotten rats ran away as fast as their skinny legs could carry them. But I only wanted to say hello, called Boris. Boris still doesn't realize he's being scary. He's just trying to be nice. Everyone's kind of scared of him because he's so big. When Boris turned around, the other animals cheered. Boris is a hairy bear, they sang. Boris is a scary bear, they chanted. We are so glad that Boris is our grizzly bear. Suddenly, Boris felt very shy. If you're going to be a bear, he said very gently, then it's probably best to be a hairy, scary grizzly bear. The next day at school, the animals couldn't wait to tell Miss Cluck how Boris had saved them from the nasty rat pack. Oh, Boris, said Miss Cluck, what a good bear you are. At story time, everyone washed together around Miss Cluck. There wasn't much room once Boris had sat down, but the rest of the class didn't mind one little bit. They all had a soft, warm place to sit, after all. They're all sitting together, and now his friends like him. That's kind of a happy ending. The end.